Hello, friends, and welcome to the fourth week of our Advent journey of Encountering Emmanuel. Here we are. Christmas is coming very, very soon. And this week we're going to be meditating on the fourth reason for the incarnation, which is that Jesus has come to show us God's love. This is a concept that is very difficult, I think, for us to fully accept, fully understand, because our experiences of love are usually, almost always, in these human forms. And if we're honest, there's a lot of places in relationships that we haven't been loved well. And also, in turn, if we're honest, there's places that we don't love well, where we're not faithful, we're not loyal, we're not steady, where we're conditional in the ways that we love. Jesus comes to show us what real love is. And it's not a concept to him. He is love. We've heard this many, many times before. God is love. And that's not just an idea, it's a reality. He is the love. He isn't just loving, it's who he is, it's everything he is. So if there's anything that you experience in your life that is love, it is God. The arrival of Jesus shatters our misconceptions about God. And I think many of us have either viewed God historically as like this cruel tyrant, or we've gotten this concept that he's like a cartoon character, just full of fluff and no substance. And Jesus is neither of those. When we look at the life of Jesus, what we see is this incredible heart, this fierce compassion for people, this love that is unfailing, that just pursues and pursues. And he wants to come to us with that love. He wants to give us a revelation of his love in ways that we've never experienced. I think it's actually really important for us to look through Scripture and back at the whole story and to remember that this isn't just a story. As we say story, that can be misunderstood sometimes as just like it's not true and it's a story like any other story. But this is our salvation history, and Scripture actually can explain our life, and it reveals to us the truths about who God is and also our human condition. And throughout Scripture, we will see over and over again God's pursuit and our inability to stay and be faithful and receive who he is. We're often turning to other things to fill those voids in us, and God continues to pursue and pursue. No matter what humanity has done throughout salvation history, God has been loyal and faithful to his plan. And this is part of the revelation of his love, which is so important for us to begin to allow that to seep into our hearts, is that God stays. When things are hard, when we don't act properly, when we don't do what's good or what's right, when we fall into sin, he stays. I think what we expect is for him to be repulsed by us and to turn away and to point his finger at us and for us to just feel the shame and the weight of our failure. But that is not who we are. And I love that quote by Pope John Paul II where he says, "We are not the sum of our weaknesses and failures. We are the sum of the Father's love for us." God's love heals. It's going to heal all of the broken places in us where we haven't been loved well or we haven't learned how to love others well. It's going to restore relationships. It's going to put things into right order. But it has to move from an idea or a story to a reality. It's the encounter with God's love that's going to change us. So the question is, will we allow the love of God to change us? Will we allow him to love us into a place of freedom? This is the question for us this week, for us to ponder and meditate on. What are the places that we desperately need God's love, where we need the revelation of God's love, not just information about who he is and the story, but a revelation, a real experience, an encounter with the love of God that can heal, restore, and change our whole life. My prayers are with you this week as we enter into this most blessed time as we approach Christmas. And my prayer is that you truly would have an encounter with the love of God in Jesus Christ. May God bless you.